Welcome back to the Glacier Crypto Club technical analysis. Today we're looking at Safemoon, covering what has been happening since it moved back to a new contract. To a new contract from an old contract. That's from V1 to V2. So what you're looking at is Safemoon on the V2 chart. You can check the price. We've consolidated back to a few zeros, only have 2 zeros. Actually, we have no zero until we reach 1 cent. That's on Safemoon. So I'm going to talk about what happened in December after moving to V2 on areas like the date was on the 31st of December. Price was rallying on the last days of December. The last few days of December, Safemoon price was going parabolic. Now, I want you to pay attention to the behavior of the moving averages. Now, the green moving average is a 21 moving average. The sky blue moving average is a 50 moving average. I usually call it the water, and then the sort of cream peach one is a 200 moving average. I usually call it the mayo. So now moving averages act as support and resistance. So we were trading below all the moving averages when we were still in V1, and at the release of V2, as price started to rally, we were breaking above these flexible areas of support and resistance. We broke above the 21 moving average as well as the 50, the water moving average from there, and we broke above there, and we broke above the 200 moving average as well, which is why I'm saying it was going parabolic, because it did this on a 4-hour chart without really breathing. The first time it sort of was breathing is around 240, which becomes a significant area. Not really a significant, but a minor area of the support and resistance. All right, so we want to know what's happening with Safemoon today. So following I want you to pay attention to the crossing. So as we cross, when the 21 moving average crosses with the 50, that's signaling a bullish trend. When price is trading above moving averages, that's a bullish trend. When price is trading below moving averages, that's a bearish trend. As you see, usually when price is falling, first it breaks below the moving averages. So what have we been seeing in the beginning of January? Safemoon continued to go rally up, but it was sort of becoming tired, sort of losing its steam. And if you look below in the purple area, right at the bottom there, you see that Safemoon was in effect overbought. So if you see there, Safemoon, as far as the RSI is concerned, the purple box at the bottom, you see that we were trading below the RSI, and finally the RSI broke out of the range, as well as the price was on the chart was breaking out, as the same thing was happening in the RSI. So by the time that it was trading above, out of the purple shade, it was now in an overbought area. That means that most people, traders per se, will be taking their profits, and you get less people buying because it already has been rallying for a couple of days. That's why you get people taking profits and things like that. So now that's where you see it, as more people start to sell, then it will consolidate, come back down into the purple shade. So that's just the RSI aspect of what was happening with Safemoon in late December, beginning of January. Now we're looking at our RSI, the purple line dropping, the RSI line dropping back into the range, as well as the price. So now remember what I said about price respecting moving averages. So we break below the 21 moving average, price retest, tries to go head back above, but then failed and came back, and it was using the 50 EMA, held for a little bit. That's on the 8th of January. but failed to hold, where we saw with what was happening with the rest of the market in terms of Bitcoin, where the Fed minutes were released and the whole crypto market fell. That's when Safemoon lost its resistance around that area as well, around 260. It lost that area of support, coming back down to from 260s to the 250, right? So it continued to consolidate, as well as it probably saw the market was seeing a lot of selling pressure. So what was happening also technically is we were now in a short-term bearish trend. So I drew that trend line just to show you the blue trend line, just to show you what was happening from 300 all the way back down. So we were in that trend. So wherever price hits the trend line, that's price trying to get back up bullish. That's buyers, that's people investing. That's basically Safemoon trying to reclaim its bull run or its bullish sentiment. But the whole market has been suffering this past few weeks, and it was actually impressive for what Safemoon did in the end of December, beginning of January, because as a lot of assets were dropping and falling, Safemoon was rallying. But now, recently, in the recent weeks, it did succumb to the market sentiment, which was bearish, but not severely. As you see, recently, it managed to break above the trend line, the bearish trend line. Now coming back above not only the trend line, but as you can see in the purple section right below the chart, you see the RSI was sort of bottomed out and was trying to come way back in the middle of the range, and it's actually trying to push above the range, possibly heading us back to the 300 area, the 0.0300 area. So what's happening right now? We see the behavior of the candles from the 12th of January, where we see a nice bullish engulfing candle coming off the 200, the Mayo, the 200 moving average, and breaking, not only breaking above the 21 moving average, the green one, but as well as the 50 moving average. That's very bullish, and more so I would say this has been happening because of what has been happening with Bitcoin recently went back to 44k after testing 40k and 39.9k. Bitcoin the past few 2-3 days it's been bullish. So the market sentiment, we saw a lot of altcoins reacting to what was happening to Bitcoin. As Bitcoin, when Bitcoin sneezes, the rest of the market catches a cold. So as well as when Bitcoin rises and regains its bullish momentum, so does the rest of the market. Many altcoins see the rise 10%, 12%, and so did Safemoon. But not only did we come back, we bounced back, we broke out of the bearish trend. So now we're trying to reset the next moves in where we are going. So we are currently trading back above all moving averages. We are sitting right above the 50 moving average, as well as the 21 moving average at 260. So I think we are on our way back, as long as we are making higher highs. This is the lower low. So if we're making lower lows and lower highs, so that's the highest high and then a lower high, then we have a lower low, and then a lower low, and then a lower low, and then a lower low. That's basically what a downtrend is. We see lower lows, that's a downtrend, as well as a lower high and a lower high, a lower high, until we broke out of the trend. Now we're making a higher low. So This was the lowest low, and then the next low of Safemoon was higher, also right above the 200 moving average, which is a bullish sign, which is why we probably got a nice big engulfing 4-hour candle, which we're currently retesting. And hopefully this is our next higher low. As long as we are making higher lows and higher highs, as we see now, this was the previous higher low, and now this becomes a higher high, and this becomes a higher high than our previous high. Now we're looking forward to making more higher highs on our way back to the 300 level. So what am I saying? I'm saying Safemoon, especially if the market sentiment for the following days and weeks is positive, Safemoon is the potential to go back and retest the 300 area. If we manage to break above the 0.0300 area, then we'll manage to break back above. We'll be in price discovery mode. Perhaps go and test the 500, 600 area, which was our recent previous high before we left the version 1 contract. All right, so there's another thing that I've noticed on the Safemoon chart. On a 4-hour chart, we've head and shoulders pattern, but an inverted head and shoulders pattern, where you see we've a shoulder right here, and then we have a head here. It's a chart pattern. You can Google it, or you can actually follow the links below in the description. So join our Telegram, so you can see all the information that we share in our Telegram within technical analysis and chart patterns that we follow. And we've done this the rest of last year, and we managed to have been in the right position for many plays, and we managed to make profitable investments as well as trades. So this is a inverted head and shoulders pattern. That's the left shoulder from the direction that we are watching the screen, and that's the head, and that's the right shoulder. All right, so after the right shoulder, that's a head and shoulders pattern. After we have a head and shoulders pattern, we usually see a rally back to a big area of support or resistance. So I'm expecting I like what's happening with the moving averages. I like what's happening. The market is kind of whispering to the bulls, say, okay, it's time to rally back to 300. So I think after the head and shoulders pattern, just as you see from the left shoulder, we're coming from a bearish trend. As long as we break above that and we retest it as we did in that area, as long as we broke above and retested, that gives us also, we can target as the same distance that we fell. So I'm expecting Safemoon to rise back to its previous high of 305, based on the head and shoulders pattern. Based on that, we are trading above the moving averages, and based on that, there are a couple of exchanges that haven't bought into moved the liquidity pools and their funds on V2. So in the next few days, weeks, when we see these exchanges moving back, moving to the new contract, the V2 contract, that's going to push price back to 300 levels, which will be bullish as far as we are concerned. So I'll be making follow-up videos on Safemoon and what's happening on Safemoon. In the meantime, this is what we got. So our target is 0.0300, and we'll see what happens after that. But so far, Safemoon seems to have everything aligned for that move coming, and I think we will follow up, see if we're continuing to make higher highs and higher lows, which will be a certified bullish trend, even if it's just what would you call a minor bullish trend. Also, we are to consider what will be happening with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin, and there seems to be a bit of positivity this week. We'll see what happens over the next few days, weeks, and initially, if the entire crypto market is positive, a lot of our coins will rise, so will Safemoon, and then we'll be able to complete this move. So like and subscribe, join Glacier Crypto Club, visit our website, follow us on Telegram, link will be in the description. Follow us on Instagram as well, it's at Glacier Crypto Club on all platforms. This is your boy Dribs. See you guys in the next video. Take care.